Hi, my name's Eric. I'm making faces that you can talk to. With your own stupid mouth, you just say things to them, and then they say things back to you because there's speech recognition involved, and there's recorded audio involved, and there's animated faces, and this whole system of putting it together in like a way that you can tell stories with it. And I'm gonna demo. I'm gonna demo instead of just telling you all this stuff that doesn't really make any sense to you. You can be forgiven for not understanding everything I'm saying. And also, I'm gonna take a sip of my Waterloo seltzer. Waterloo. It's a tasty seltzer. And this stream is not brought to you by Waterloo. It's not a sponsor of the show. The only sponsor of the show is me. I'm fully supporting this show and nobody else is. All right. So there's this screen that I've worked on for a month or so. Something like that. If I actually think about how long I've worked on it, it might make me upset. I'm going to pretend it was a month, and it might have been 2 months. But what this screen lets you do in your web browser is take a script with a whole bunch of lines to record, and you pick one and you say, let's record just this one line. Or you could even say, let's record all the lines for Jerry that have not yet been recorded. And look, it just selected all the ones that don't have recordings yet. Where are the recordings showing? They're in this column here. Whenever you see these squares here, it means there's a recording. Okay, so I can select those lines. I can click record selected. And, well, do I want to just go through and do them all? Well, that's a lot. Yeah, I'll do some of them. Okay, 13 lines selected to record. 13, that's not too bad. I'm gonna burn through them. Can you do me a tiny favor? Look, I gotta go to that gas station and get some smokes. Can you just hold the bag for me? Just hold the bag. No! I don't feel like it. I don't know the bag, though. The smell alone. If you run off with my bag, I will find you. I'm not asking a lot. Maybe someday you need me to hold your bag. I'll do it. I need this bag for medical reasons. Magic sauce. The best stuff. All right. So now, every one of the lines for Jerry has got at least one recorded take. And that's a piece of audio I can play back. I'm not asking a lot. Right? And some of them got more than one take. And when you're recording dialogue, a lot of times you'll have multiple takes. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Maybe I say, I don't like the second one. That makes no sense. I'll delete that one. And then maybe I say, this one here is the one I want to use for real. So I drag it over to the finalize. And it says, well, make sure you've got the start and end of the clip as you like it. And it made a guess based on analysis of the wave audio where the start and end of this actual speech part of this wave audio should be. So if I click test, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Sounds pretty good, but I could drag it out a little bit. Say I'm worried I'm cutting off the S. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Right, and I go to next. And it generates some information that's going to be used for lip animation. Okay. So then I can go through all of these if I want. And just make sure they all have finalized stuff. This looks like it's messed up here. Let's bring it over here. Buddy, hey buddy. Oh man, audio is different from one session to the next. But whatever. I'll just go with it. And let's see. Let's just make sure that the first ones are there. Okay. 5. That one just seems messed up, but whatever. Let's do finalize. You seem okay, like I can trust you. So definitely all the different times I recorded on this were different voices and different volumes and stuff, so they're not consistent. But I'm not really aiming for a nice product here. I'm just doing a little demonstration. Okay, so you can see along this column, it's showing check, 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 and that means that I have selected one of my takes and specified that it will be the one that actually gets used. And if I had gone through this process for all these lines, there'd be checks all the way down to the bottom for each line. But I can see here that at least the first 5 lines are ready to go. So I come over to this screen, the Spiel screen. It's going to load in an animated face, and then it's got the same script here, but it's in a different form. This is the screen where you would edit the script that says what the character is going to say, and also what keywords that you or the player might say that he will respond to. And I can pick from different faces. Oh, I just have one right now. Okay, I can click start, and now he's talking, but there's no audio coming in yet. And in the 55 minutes I've got left in this session, I'm going to see if I can take those finalized takes, those finalized speech recordings from this speech screen, detect that they're in the persistent storage of the web browser, because they are there, and just bring them into this screen here. So this guy actually talks and his voice animates. Sorry, his lips animate along with the words that are actually spoken, because I did that analysis. I know that analysis is built into these WAV files, and the timings are there for me to pick up. So it's like all the pieces are there. I just got to glue them together. And then, if I'm lucky, even if I'm fast, this guy here is going to be talking by the end of the session. All right, so let's stop the test. All right. Drinking a lot of seltzer puts me at risk of doing ASMR belches. Right, let's get to coding. Okay, so now I gotta go back to the other screen. The Spiel screen, it's called. I gotta remember this code I haven't looked at in a month or two. I think interactions, test interactions. There's gonna be some stuff for loading in the speech. Is it the conversation manager? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, let's go look at the conversation manager. Okay, how does this thing go? I gotta call init first. Okay, constructor doesn't really do anything to start, just set some variables. I said call init, but what's the init? Oh, from SL Web Speech. Okay, so I did that. Okay, play current node. Conversation manager. Play current node. Okay, so there's also the speech audio index. All right, so here I'm calling something. I say for this spiel name, for this character, for this emotion, for this dialogue, get me the speech audio. And I see some problems with it already, but oh, well, it will always return null. It has nothing in it to actually load anything or look up anything. Okay, well, here's my to-do right here. Import. I'm going to do it the fast way first because I don't have much time in this session. But we'll need to come back and do things like caching. But to start with, I'm going to just load things from disk every time I play it. So I'm going to need... I don't know what I'm going to need yet. Something from persistent storage, though. Let's see what's already there. Cancel. Okay, so I've got get take, and that will request a key. That takes a key, and that will return the bytes for a WAV file. I think I need something to create a final take key. So what? Let's go ahead and write this out this way. Sync function. How does it know? How does it know? That's pretty close. That's pretty close to what I wanted. But I'm just going to say get final take. And then here I need maybe the information that would allow me to create the key. So for that, I've got speech final key template. That's key equals well, it's going to be very close to this. Yeah, let's follow the pattern of this guy right here. Get final take key, and then bam, and get rid of the take number. So those are all the things I need to pass in. I kind of like that nomenclature, just call it a final. Let's double check what are the things it needs. Project name, spiel name, character name, speech ID, first three words. Yeah, it's just one less. That's kind of cool. Somehow the compiler figured out that I was missing, or that I had, like, this doesn't go with it. How did you figure that out? Oh, just because it wasn't defined, that's all. It's not actually knowledgeable about the template. Okay, so get final key is there. Key equals get final key. Then I need all those things passed in. So we say spiel name string character name string speech ID. How would I know the speech ID? I have to generate the speech ID, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That means what else? What else needs to be passed in to generate the speech ID? Well, it doesn't look like I have any code here to generate the speech ID. Is that just from the spiel? Oh, it will be from the spiel. So I can pass in the speech ID, no problem. And project name, optional. And then I was equals get active project name. Okay. So that needs to be multi-lined. It's too long. Okay, I think I've got another one. Return, wait, get take. There we go. Yeah, so that should get my final take. We will grab it from an IndexedDB database, which is in the persistent storage of the browser. Let's close some of this stuff. Too many tabs. Okay, so where was that other thing? I must have converse. Okay, this one right here, speech audio index. Find speech audio. The stuff I actually need might be different than those parameters. Let's see, import get final take from, yeah. Okay, and then here. This has to be async. and this is going to be not emotion, it's going to be all this. Okay, so if I do have wave bytes, then I want to convert that to an audio buffer. Const audio buffer equals that. And this should come from SL Web Audio. No, not speech. Good guess. But it should be wave bytes to audio buffer and cues, because I want all the timings as well. And that means that this guy needs to be const audio buffer cues. Okay. And then return new speech audio. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's go look what it actually needs. So that's going to be in web speech, I want to say. Speech, audio, new. Where is that? Is it in? Well, I just have the import right here, right? Yeah, it's from WebFace. Okay. So the constructor is just audio buffer and lips text. And I no longer have the same thing to pass in here. Let me think about that. So I had one format where all of the animation timings are expressed as phonemes inside of a text string, and the spaces between them would indicate the amount of time between the phonemes. And then I think I'm in the lips events. There's still phonemes, but then a little bit later I said let's store visemes, which are the visual expressions rather than the type of sound that the face is uttering. No, but lips events have visemes. Okay. So what I need to do is allow the constructor to take either a string or ellipse events. And we can say, let's see, type of ellipse equals, is this how you do it? String? If that's the case, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll just assign the ellipse event without any extra parsing or anything like that. So that makes it easier for me to take my wave bytes, which have these things called cue points, and convert those to Visemes, which I'll go back over and do in a moment. But let's rebuild this. Also, I'm just not 100% sure this is the right syntax, so I'm just going to check it real quick. Type of, okay, cool. I don't know why. Some things I just never seem to memorize. Okay, so let's build that. Build this, it'll update the dependency that the main project Wisp pulls in. I've got this split out into a number of libraries with the main web app importing them. Okay, so we come back over to Wisp, and I can see that this needs to be ellipse events, and I'm going to need const ellipse events equals wav cues to ellipse events. Okay. I don't think there is that. No, I didn't write that. I don't think I've written this code. I think I need to write it now. But I'm going to put it to do refactor. Okay, and then we'll write a function here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, I'll tab their thing and take a look at it. This ellipse event is going to come from WebFace. Am I wrong? Oh, maybe that comes from WebSpeech. It's the stuff that's kind of in between that gets me. Because ellipse event is related to a face, but it's also related to speech. So I'll see if I've got it in. Yeah, that's where it's from. Okay. WavQ is coming from WebAudio. By the way, now that I imported the actual structures, let's give Copilot a second chance. Okay. This, I know where this should be. Viseme text. Let's see, let's do text to Viseme And that will be a new function I'll put in SL Web Speech. Okay. I believe Viseme, I've got a phoneme to Viseme text. Let's do text to Viseme here. Okay. Okay, Viseme to text, and then we'll write a reciprocal. Oh, I bet you Copilot can get this one on the first try. Because I just showed the pattern right above. Let's see if it does. Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe this rest should just be a default beneath. Nah, I'm not going to do it that way. Oh, but I have to. Or throw an exception. Is that exception worth it? Probably not. Let's just do it this way. Okay. Now here, it's also like this should return a string. And so when I do that, okay, that fixes that. Okay, build SL Web Speech. Okay, that's going to build. Let's go back to Wisp and text to Viseme should come in. Okay, sometimes I just go this text to Viseme. Oh, I may not have it exported yet. It's exported here, but is it exported from the library? This is Viseme's. No, I haven't. I have not exported anything from Viseme's. Export boom from Lips Viseme's. Build it again. Okay. Okay, so now try it again. Cool. So down here, we're just pushing events, time, and he's not assignable to, okay. Const queue of queues, it's going to be a WAV queue type. What is the WAV queue type? It should just be a number for the time. Now it's going to be here. Yeah, it is in milliseconds. Oh. This is wrong. This is in seconds. I know it's in seconds. Okay. Back to Wisp. Wait a minute. It's not in seconds, is it? It's in samples, right? I'm getting confused now. When it gets encoded, it's changed to when it gets encoded, it's changed to samples. But the thing that's passed in is seconds. Is that true? I don't know. I'm going to leave it at seconds right now. Okay, so we'll have Q as a number. Go back to Wisp. Or the position is a number. Okay, that's what. Position. Or, no, time, but then Q, position. Okay. What? Okay. Lips event. I need to know how to assemble that. Is that going to be a constructor? What if I do here? It's a constructor. Okay. Time, viseme, phoneme. Does the phoneme need to be there? I might treat it as optional. Okay, first the time, which I assume is seconds again, then the viseme. And viseme, I'll just set the viseme separately. What? What are you even talking about? Let's go back to here. I think I understand. I need to export it differently, maybe. Should be fine. Export type, default is lips event. No, it's there. And then come back over to Wisp. Check out. Okay, we got the lips event here. What's it complaining about? I'm not using it as a value. Why are you saying I'm using it as a value? That doesn't make any difference. Okay. Some weird library export thing for me to figure out. Or am I just missing a very basic syntax thing? That happens to me late in the day. I've got the Lips event here. I've got a good build, a passing build, yeah. Come back over here. Am I using anything from this library that's similar as far as exporting? Who uses this? Word timeline, word timing. No. Recognizer. Oh, yeah, another thing to check is the default as. Because over here, I'm not using the default. Using phoneme timing as a... Okay, so if that matters, then let's come back to Lips event. And let's do another export here. And come back to the index. Just try that. Takes a little while for it to update sometimes. Okay, let's see if it's really a build error or if it's just the IDE getting out of sync. npm run build on the Wisp project. Okay, it's going to fail in other places because I didn't update this. But yeah, let's fix that too. And I'll come back to this. So which module? I don't know why you wouldn't tell me the name of the module that the syntax error occurred in. I don't know why you wouldn't, but that's fine. I can find it. Conversation manager, I bet. Yeah. Okay, so this, it's not character, it's speech ID, I want to say. Yeah, that's right. But you gotta find the speech ID. Speech ID comes from the line. Okay, const speech ID equals. Yep. No, you don't. I thought you did have that. Speech IDs. Trick here. Oh, but get the last dialogue number, okay. Last, let's see. Current node line, last dialogue now, okay. I think. Like that. No? Okay, what's the problem with that? Oh, I need a wait? Oh, God, that's going to suck, though. This has to become async. Okay. This has to become async. Now the cascading asyncs. I understand why people that write functions just start putting async on the beginning of everything, even when they don't need it. Sometimes it's just simpler, like if something could be async later on, to just assume at the beginning it is. Okay, but play current node. Who's calling it and what are you doing with it? See, that's okay. That's okay too. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, is this maybe possible that it works? That's a lot of new code. Oh, yeah, I gotta come back and fix this. Let's just check if it's a real error. It's a real error. The thing that bugs me is it says I can't use it as a value. I don't think I am using it as a value. And then, like, I've got WAV queues. Those work when I import them. Maybe it's the construction that it doesn't like. What if... No. I'm putting this back to how it was, because I don't think it gives me any actual change in the problem, and it was a little simpler before, and so let's do that. But okay, so recognizer, that's when I export. Class recognizer, export default recognizer, has a constructor, is successfully used in an importing project. So it's declared the same way. It's exported. Is it exported the same way? No, it's not. Okay. So maybe this is not. Okay, you don't use export type for a class, apparently. Now, on these ones, I didn't try importing word timeline or word timing. I don't know if they're actually exported correctly. Interface, sure. These guys, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Actually, let me go check, because they might not be classes. Word timeline. Yeah, these are types. Okay, it does make more sense. Makes much more sense. Okay. Yeah, now we're fine. Okay. A scary moment when I tested it out. I give it a 41% chance of working the first time I try it. Oh. No, I think that's an old bug. Let's do a refresh. Okay, let me come into Spiels. Alright. Here we go. Didn't play it, so something's off. Let's go look at the setup. And Conversation Manager. Right here. This is the line that's interesting. Start. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pass in a bunch of variables. Whoa. Oh, that's right. It's asynchronous, so I can't step in yet. Where does it get the... Speech audio index. I'm not sure why it's not here in this same directory. Why is it not showing up here? I mean, do I need to set a debugger? Like an actual line that says debug? Let's try that. But yeah, this is kind of a weird situation that's not showing up there. Okay. I guess we're going to put a debugger in there just to force you to pop in. It must be that the speech audio index is fully not available. That's why. It's null. That's why. Okay, stop. Can take this out. In fact, it wasn't even built into the bundle because nothing instanced it. So that's why it didn't show up in the browser debugger. Okay, so if I go back to Conversation Manager and say speech audio index, how do you get set? You just set to null here. Why don't we just say new speech audio index? Okay. Try this again. All right. See, now it built in the speech audio index. And I can come into here, set another breakpoint, hit play. Okay, let's just see what it does. See if we get the wave bytes. We did, yes, good. Okay, got an audio buffer. Duration, half a second. It's about right. Cues, length 0. This might be like an old one that didn't have the cue information saved. I could redo it later. Okay, lips events. It's going to return empty lips events. That's okay for now. Okay, return new speech audio, all that stuff. That seems pretty good.
Hey, you there.
Okay, that worked. Now, do we have one with cues? No cues yet. Turn the obnoxiously loud volume down.
You seem okay, like I can trust you.
Okay. Cues, please. Do the first 3 lines just not have cues?
Watch my back while I go.
Okay. Cannot read properties of undefined. Well, there are a whole bunch that just don't have any bytes. Oh, okay, so there's some exceptions being thrown. So I need to do something a little bit better with that, but can I just see cues? I just want to see cues. It seems like some of these